After all of the discussion ends, there's unfortunately not opportunity. There's only survival, persistence, grit, tenacity, to not die from some stranger who's no longer believing there's a world and instead there's a simulation in a video game. Google and Facebook, Microsoft and Twitter keep track of now. A lot of cognitive dissonance, a lot of confusion, a lot of misdirection, a lot of hallucinatory paranoia to eliminate. With energy, brain, and body, allowing consciousness to read a book, learn how to cook a good meal, poop properly in a facility, in a building with apartments, and a green, sustainable toilet. More likely to provide a hemorrhoid than a needed release now. Traditionally, people say motivation. However, in the year 2020, in October, there's no world worth visiting. There's no park worth risking a life over to have a walk unless I have a vehicle or there's a vehicle available or there's animals to walk for safety. And groups at Green Lake, as an example, for security. Repetitiveness, allowing novelty to be noticed now. The whole discussion gets to be like code talking during World War II. Similar to eating food, a person can be a research genius, knowing all the studies, knowing the low fat options, knowing what not to eat, what to eat, when to eat it, and how to eat it, and where to get it, and how much to spend on delivery now. A lot of thinking and thought. In a world now with remote workers and money, poor and poverty, in previous cancer diagnosis and a lack of direction, a lack of goal, a lack of objective, a lack of sometimes purpose. Opportunity and intelligence are words used by other people to explain their genius and brilliance, their truth they've learned. And their goals for a planet Earth, and in Washington State, especially climate change now. Most often, a response starts with words and language and conversation and some argument, some agreement, and almost no mathematics other than how many slices of pizza do you want? Do you want one or two peanut butters and jellies? And most of all, calendar dates and numbers and years and times about an application review, about an appointment, about talking about emotion. And receiving therapy now. Language L, plus world W equals 0 K. As an example now. And after language gets removed, then eating food with body, doing dishes using brain and body to clean and make sanitary with no dishwasher or very little hot water now. And then afterwards, time and now. Time and now in a maze, made famous by psychology and psychiatrists in labs with monkeys and rats, going for a stimulation and a reward and a social benefit now. And deciding and choosing to slowly eliminate a distraction and figure out focus and concentration, attention, and awareness now. A repeating process until eventually a person no longer eats rice and beans and frozen TV dinners and cooks bone broth and sautés vegetables and has extra energy to learn knitting, painting, and studying skills and training to make a robot, to build furniture, to learn how to meditate and do yoga during a coronavirus pandemic for exercise not available in world now. In other words, less language and more energy used accordingly. And then eventually and inevitably, intelligence. A person who can spend $200 on food and look like a fit billionaire Jeff Bezos and make paintings better than Picasso and Van Gogh now. Anybody can use language. Anybody can say they're smart and intelligent, brilliant and genius and have a prestigious job, especially with certain circumstances, certain talents and skills. Mysteriously always available now for some who are the few and the proud, the many and the observing now. The end.